Good morning, students. That day we have started the lesson federalism. I told you about the difference between federation and unitary government. Yes, and that day we have discussed about federal governments. We have discussed two or more levels of government, power divided between central authority and various constituent units of the country. Different levels enjoy powers independently. Because the powers is being divided, they have been given the powers to take the decisions. And we have also discussed about the list also, that on what matters they are free to take the decision. If there is any dispute, whatever the decision has been taken by the central government, that is finalized. We have also discussed about one level of government where we see monarchy system, autocracy, dictatorship. Yes, when the power is in the hand of only single from the center, there is no division of powers. Subunits, if any, are subordinate to central government. If there is any subordinate appointed under that single government, he will have to follow only whatever the instructions given by the central government. He cannot take his own decision. He has to work on the orders of the central government. He is just like a puppet. Yes, then we have discussed about the features of federalism. What are the features that a federalism government has? One or more levels of government. We find that there is a one or more levels of government. Yes, like in India, we not only have the central government or the state government. Again the power is being divided. The state power is being divided within the small units. Yes, each tier has its own jurisdictions. Yes, at judgment also, like gram panchayat, the panchayats, 5 members are there, they can take the decision. Yes, then we have at district level also, the courts at the district level, then the courts at the high state level. Where these courts are located, do you know? It is always in the capital city. Okay, like if we talk about Rajasthan, capital city is Jaipur. There is a court in the Jaipur, but you must know that court in Rajasthan, we have one more court, that is at Jodhpur. Why? See, when there was the unification of Rajasthan, at that time Jodhpur was given this authority of the judgment. So that time the court was built there. But afterward, when when Jaipur was given the capital, it was shifted, but we have mainstream there also. Okay. Then we have existence and authority of each tier is constitutionally granted. Yes. The authority means who has the power. Yes, its existence, it is constitutionally given the permission. Whatever the powers it has been given to them, it is constitutionally shared. Then we have another thing that we have discussed, changes if consent of both the levels of government. There can be changes. You have been listening the word amendment. Yes, amendment means change. If both the levels of government decides to change any order or to change anything, it can be changed. See, the Constitution of India is very lengthy. Yes, the world's written and the lengthiest constitution is of India. This you have already studied in the 9th class. And the court, or I can say the Constitution of India, gives the permission, if there at the time of need, if some changes are required, it can be made. but it should always be in the favor of everybody. It should be fair. Okay. Then we have independent jurisdiction. We have, yes, all the courts. See, India work is divided. You have already listened about the execution also, jurisdiction also, legislature also. Legislature makes the law, and executive executes the law, and jurisdiction, that is a free and independent body that no political party or no person at the higher status or rank cannot hold it. Judiciary in India is an independent body. He takes the decision. That's why only the people trust him. Yes, otherwise who is going to trust the judge? Yes. Then we have financial autonomy. They are free to take the decision financially. Yes. Then we have dual objectives. Dual objective, it must fulfill the objectives of state government also and for the central government also. Then we have discussed about the two rules of federation, coming together federation. We have discussed in that states come together to form bigger unit. Single unit, they will be forming the single unit. Like we have USA, Switzerland, Australia. But in holding together, the powers is divided between the constituent units. No, there is, though India, it's a states union of states, but the power is divided. Okay, so that India comes in the holding together federation. Large country, it divides the power between the constituent units. Then we have discussed about the features of Indian Federation. We have talked about these three lists. Then we have special status to some states. But now, as Jammu Kashmir was given the status of special state. That day I discussed about 365 units in which India was divided. And Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel also, I told you that at the time of independence, 562 states were united. Only 3 states were left: Junagadh, Hyderabad and Jammu and Kashmir. After independence also, Junagadh and Hyderabad was mixed in India. Only Jammu Kashmir was left, and Pandit Nehru, he took the authority from him that he will take this matter under his consideration. Yes. But you know, that time there was a king in Jammu and Kashmir. His name was Hari Singh. He decided not to mix with any of the two countries, neither with the Pakistan nor in India. Yes, but you know, see, this is the Jammu Kashmir part here. This part, after independence, this part is known as POK, Pak Occupied Kashmir. See, in this area, what happened? The people from the Kashmir, from Pakistan, they occupied this. They came here. Yes, and this line is known as LOC, line of control. India is sharing only this part here. This part is being occupied by Kashmir. Okay. That time when Hari Singh ji, he came to know that what the Pakistan is doing, he's capturing the area. Then he came to India. He ran and came to India that I want to mix in with you. Okay, India was every time ready. So India, he just asked the Hari Singh to sign the authority, to sign that paper. He signed. But that time this area was occupied by Pakistan. Though this case has been discussed in the UN also, but still, as you all know, we have not been successful in this area. Okay, so that time, that this Jammu and Kashmir, he was given the status of special status. Though we have removed the article 370, yes, and we have merged the Jammu and Kashmir into India. Now it has become the part of India, though it has been divided into two. We have made the two union territories. This is Jammu and this is Ladakh. Okay, earlier it was a state, but now it has become the two union territories. I hope the things are clear to you. So at that time it was given the special status. Smaller units enjoy limited powers. Definitely, if the units is small, it cannot hold powers in unlimited form. Yes, they have limited powers. Yes. Then we have bilateral decisions. Decisions are taken bilingually. Independent judiciary, this we have already discussed. Now see how the federalism is practiced in India. Linguistic states. See, when we became independent, yes, there was a lot of coerce. Yes, the people from India, they were going to Pakistan, and from Pakistan also they were coming to India. Many people, many, not only many, lakhs of people died in this. You have seen the movie Gadar, na? Yes, that in that it has been shown very nicely. And one more movie of Salman Khan, I don't remember the name. In that also it has been shown that the train, the full complete train, it was full of only dead bodies. Yes, I don't remember the name, but so India at that time, after independence also, they were facing many problems. Yes, do you know Jawaharlal Nehru, when Mountbatten and Clement Attlee, yes, they were asked again to come to India to guide us, because what they are saying, we are not having the experience to how to run the country. So they were called again to guide us. At that time India was facing many problems. The thing was that how to run such a big country. Then what happened, India at that time, it was divided on the basis of linguist. Though there is a division on the basis of religion also, but this was the main. Like in Rajasthan, you see the people is speaking Rajasthani, Gujarati, and all the other states, you must know that which state speak which language. Okay, so it was divided in that video. Language policies were also discussed. Central state relation. See, here the thing is to understand about center, means I am talking about central government and the state government. You might have seen your parents or your family member discussing that in the state they have Congress, like in Rajasthan, but in the center they have BJP. So there is always a conflict between these two parties. And if there is a conflict, if the relations are not good, then what happen? They don't enjoy their freedom, especially this, because it's a smaller unit. So it don't enjoy that freedom, and whatever the decision he takes, it might has happened that they don't agree with them. So for the development of the state, there is a problem. So in this federalism, there is main important thing, it holds the importance for the state and center relations, for the development of, I can say, of both. It will be beneficial if the relations are good. It will be beneficial for the state government also and for the central government also. Yes. Then we have decentralization. We don't have centralized form of government. The powers is not in the single hand. Yes, the power is divided. You all know that. Then decentralization in India. Now see, there is a Constitutional Amendment Act 1942. Yes, in that, what it was there, it was constitutionally decided that it is mandatory for the regular elections. There must be elections must be held regular. In India, it is decided for the 5 year. After every 5 year, there is elections. There is a formation of a state election commission. Yes, what is the work of this election commission? It holds the responsibility to conduct the election. In the ninth class, you have read about by elections. Yes, it helps before 5 year. If any death is there, or if the Lok Sabha dissolved, or any problem is there, any problem is created, then at that time the election is conducted, or after every 5 year there is mandatory elections. Yes, so this commission holds and he watches that the election must be free and fair. There must not be any power of money or by the weapons or any other illegal way. The elections must be conducted free and fair. No party should show any power on these basis to win the election. Okay, so this commission, he has the power to conduct the election. He has the power, if he finds any person misbehaving or misconducting the election, he has the power to punish him, to violate that election and conduct the election in that area again. Okay, then seats are reserved for women's, SC/ST. There, see, one thing you must understand, if I talk about women's, if all the leaders in the party are male members, can they take the decision in the favor of women? No, not at that extent. If they take the decision, it might not be at that extent that a women should be favored. Yes, so what happens? There are the seats reserved in the politics also for the SC and ST. What is SC/ST? These are the scheduled caste and tribes. For their welfare, their leader will be thinking about that. For the women leader will be thinking about that. So their seats, in order to get their position, or it must be favored for them, so their seats are also reserved. Share of revenue with local government, whatever the tax they are getting, the share must be distributed. Then we have local self government. This government, in that we have two levels, at rural level also and at urban, in the village areas and in the cities. In the villages we have panchayats. You all know that we have panchayati system at the village or at the rural areas, and at urban areas, at urban level we have municipal, corporation and communities. So the government in these areas are divided into two, rural level and urban level. We have panchayats in the rural level and municipal, corporation and communities at the urban level. So in the next video we will be discussing further.